Headmistress.
There she is. You reached the edge of Erebus already. You have surpassed my expectations, Milenoe.
Thank you, Headmistress Hecate, for all your guidance and the compliment.
It was not a compliment, merely a point of fact. Though I would see firsthand a demonstration of your capability.
My capability? You'd have us face each other here, even though my task has already begun.
Your training shall never be complete. And I would know if you stand any chance at all against our enemy.
No!
You almost had me. Not quite. There you are. Come here. Time forced our hand, Milenoe. Nary a soul expected you to slay our enemy last night, on a new moon, no less.
I lack such forgiveness for my failure, Headmistress Hecate. The Titan yet lives, and Olympus yet burns, while I'm back where I started.
Yes, recovered bodily, if not in spirit, and grown wiser for it. You've not failed, merely begun. This is all part of the task. Death to Kronos.
Death to Kronos. Be well, Headmistress.
And you, Milenoe. This cauldron's filthy still, alas. But there's something at our altar you may use, and I've unsealed the silver pool as well. We shall await your safe return. May moonlight guide you.
Thank you, Headmistress.
At least our cauldron's finally purified, praise the fates. Speaking of which, are you as yet considering an invocation to them? I have my doubts that they would listen even now.
If there's any chance the three fates shall aid us, I'll take it. Thank you for preparing things for me. Though I'm well short of freshly picked reagents still.
I'd offer such reagents if I could, but as you venture past this glade, look carefully along your path and you shall find them. Fate's willing.
Yes, Headmistress. Together we shine.
Together we shine. Greetings, witch. Are you better prepared this time? Look at yourself. You are too calm, suppressing your anger for the illusion of control.
You've taught me patience, Headmistress. But now you ask me to lash out at you in rage. Which shall it be?
Give me both. Rage, which you can control. Leave the serenity to our sister the moon and fight me properly. Cross flames awaken! fought with diligence and with ferocity. But surely there is more for you to learn beyond this threshold.
I look forward to it, Headmistress. What about you? Can you not join me?
No, I dare not stray too far from our abode. Continue now your task. I shall await your safe return.
Thank you, Headmistress.
Got you, Hecate! You're dead!
Got me, you did, Millennium. But I dare say I can escape your clutches yet.
Hey! Over there! There you are. Got you again.
Ah, so persistent. Give up already, witch. For I'm a titaness. You cannot vanquish me.
I can and shall. Aha. I got you. Hecate? What's the matter?
It's merely that I've not heard your laughter before. Reminded me of your mother. A much preferable sound to that of grief.
I promise not to cry again. I still get sad sometimes, but not as much.
Do not make promises you cannot keep. When tears well up, let them spill forth. They're not so precious that they need be contained.
But you never cry, Hecate. And I wish to become strong like you, so that I might find Kronos and destroy him for what he's done. And then you could hear my mother's laugh again.
And I shall do everything in my power to prepare you, so that you may succeed where I failed. If not for your family's sake, then for your birthright, as the princess of the underworld.
What do you mean you failed? You tried to beat Kronos yourself? He hurt you?
Concern yourself with your own pain, not mine. Destroying Kronos shall not change the past, and the pain shall linger, though assert itself less frequently with age. But enough of this. On the morrow, we shall teach you to hunt greater prey.
Truly?
There you are. A flash of silver, limb and auros. So, the sister blades have veiled themselves, do you? The other nocturnal arms shall follow their lead, I expect.
Nyx entrusted them to you to safeguard the realm as a last resort. But this cannot possibly be how they were meant to be used.
And why ever not? To safeguard the realm, you shall have to clear a wide variety of obstacles standing in your way. I am but one. Well fought. But I cannot mend your wounds, and neither shall your enemies. Return to Shadow now.
I passed the test.
Rise and shine. The Fates indulged you after all. That is their scroll beside your tent. It followed you out of the shadows. Perhaps it can provide some answers.
Would that it does. The fated list has tasked me with ensuring certain minor prophecies are fulfilled, though says little else as yet.
May it reward your efforts at least. But do not expect the Fates to always favor you. The bane of our enemy is not necessarily our friend.
We'll have to take our chances. May moonlight guide us.
And may shadows conceal us. Prompt as ever.
I'll get him, Headmistress. I swear it. All that you've taught, I'll bring to bear. And no matter the obstacles that stand in the way, Kronos shall fall by my hand.
I require no convincing, Millennium, although perhaps you do. However much I've taught, what's important is you're a capable student.
I have to be more than that.
Well done. You have survived against me, and for that, you're owed a gift. May you learn well through it, Malinois.
The Book of Shadows. I prevailed.
You returned.
Headmistress, I saw him, Kronos. First beyond Erebus in the guise of an old man. He then attempted to ensnare me in some vision out of time. The river of flame, everything ablaze.
Still, your heart, Malinois, you're safe. And you were able to return again, which means that all your training served you well. So then, he realizes who you are.
So he claims. I broke free from his spell like it was second nature, but neither could I raise a hand against him. What must I do now?
Nothing has changed. You're to confront him down where he resides, where your mother and father rightly ought to be. But go with patience, not with haste. He may know something of your power now, yet not enough.
Yes, Headmistress. Headmistress, if it isn't inappropriate, I have a little gift, seeing as your personal supply ran out a while back.
Ah, the hounds shall lap this stuff right up, I think. I shall safeguard it for them as a treat. And why don't you hold on to this in kind?
Your silver wheel. I can have this?
Compose yourself.
I heard from Hermes, Headmistress. He gave me the impression that Olympus needs my aid. What of my task?
Your task remains, as does the adversary whom you face. We shall discuss the matter with Hermes elsewhere. We have other matters first. Enough! I yield. Impressive show of force. Hold nothing back as you continue on.
Victory. You're here, Lord Charon.
These shipments shall be very valuable to us. We remain, as ever, in your debt, Charon. May swift Hermes hasten your voyages across the realms, wherever he may be. And until we meet again, shadows conceal you.
Thank you for the supplies, my lord.
Malinois. Hermes urged me to address a certain matter with you here. However, my view is you are unprepared for the surface as of yet.
Meaning you won't lift the wards barring the path to the surface. What if I remove them myself? I've seen how you do it.
Then you'll be more prepared than you are now. Till then, remember your objective lies below, past me.
Permeation of witching wards.
Good. Handle Zorifet as though its bulk is not an inconvenience, but a strength.
Yes.
Not even a scratch.
Headmistress, I'm concerned Kronos may find us. I first encountered him not far beyond these woods.
There are so many passageways to Erebus. 'Tis exceedingly unlikely he shall find the way. You face a greater risk than that right now. Satisfactory. To bear each of the nocturnal arms is a terrible responsibility. We've only begun to realize their nature. Certain incantations shall deepen your understanding.
The aspects of night and darkness. outlasted her.
What transpired?
Kronos was waiting for me again outside of Erebus. This time I recognized him right away, but I could do nothing against him.
Wily bastard. Arrogant to the last. What did he say?
He thanked the fates that we had finally met, as though he'd been searching for me all this time, and told me not to make the same mistakes as my family.
Eject that poisoned memory from your mind. He knows nothing of the fate's designs. I shall reinforce all our protective sorceries, and you... fear not your enemy. Slay him. Found something new to wear? You surpassed me before, yet I wonder... was it your mastery over our craft? Or did the fates themselves perhaps provide a little nudge?
Come, Headmistress. If I could be provoked that easily, I'd stand no chance at all. Not even if the fates desired otherwise.
Good fortune seldom comes to those in no position to receive it. Show me your victory was no mere accident. Excellent. I've impeded you for long enough this night. Go. Make the most of this attempt.
Thank you, Headmistress.
Ready? I trust the Dark of Erebus was not too much to handle with the ever-burning flames of ignium to light your path.
No, Headmistress, it was not. Although I've much to learn in how to wield these flames.
Then you have come to the right place. Show me how you make the shadows dance. All right, all right. The flames of ignium burn bright for you, but mastery is an everlasting pursuit. Moonlight guide you.
I reached the house, Headmistress. Did everything as practiced and as planned, except... he was too strong.
No, this is an excellent result. You are still here, having learned more of what it takes to reach our enemy and what he can do to resist. Do you feel ready to continue your pursuit?
Yes. If I can reach him, I can take him.
Take him. What news? You visited the surface. I can't imagine that played out particularly well. At least you made it back at all.
It was draining. Even at night, something about being under the stars, I didn't know there were so many. It was more than I could take. You were right.
A lesson learned and an experience gained. The fates themselves do not want you up there. What shall you do?
I have an incantation to complete. I don't need to stay forever on the surface. I just need to hold on long enough to make it to Olympus.
Ah, then you seek to improve this aspect of yourself without rejecting it outright. I see how that may work.
It has to.
Malinoi.
Headmistress, Olympus seems reluctant to ask outright, but I can tell my family there needs me. I cannot shake the sense that I have to help them before I can achieve our task.
You needn't shake that sense, for it may well be accurate. You still thinking of an incantation that may help you to survive such a journey?
I am. Up there, I'll be like a fish out of water, right? Suffocating. But with a proper incantation, I was thinking maybe I could hold my breath until Olympus is secure.
Such a spell shall not be simple. Though if you demonstrate that you're sufficiently well-traveled, then perhaps magic such as that shall help you go farther still.
I'm counting on it.
Oh, come Melenui, you need not influence me with such gifts. We have a task. Let us stay focused on it, no?
You have taught me to apply myself to many things at once, Headmistress. Why can't I stay on task while paying my respects?
You are required at your post, Nemesis. Or shall you take to openly defying me just as your sister does? I shudder to think what your mother would say of you two.
You have no right to invoke my mother. None of this would be happening had you fulfilled your role as handmaiden and warned her an attack was imminent.
Best watch your mouth or I shall seal it shut. You may continue dwelling on a past you were not witness to, or you may do what is expected of Nyx's daughters. Or whatever Eris is up to. Your choice. Back at last. Eris has returned to us, I trust you've seen. It was my dearest hope that leaving all her rubbish here would soon enough inspire her to pick it up, but alas. You stay away from her.
I thought perhaps you'd finally relieved her of her entry privileges. I won't let Eris turn this place into a sty for pigs, even if it means having to clean up after her myself.
How she'd chortle could she see now the frustration on your face. I know, ignoring things is seldom how one makes them go away, but when it comes to Eris, I fear it's our best shot.
Headmistress, I was wondering if you might accompany me to the springs for a short while, if you're not overly preoccupied.
Well, I do believe I could use a bit of a soak. I've more knots in my back than that tree. Let's be quick about it then.
Just right.
These waters always seem to do the trick. But this is all right. Thank you for replenishing these waters. One of those details I had been meaning to get to, but alas.
You're very welcome, Headmistress. I appreciate your saying so, as I half thought you would admonish me for using magic and resources on this sort of thing.
Magic mostly is for self-improvement, Melenui. Not a shortcut, mind you. And if an occasional scalding hot soak in the springs isn't self-improvement, then my concept of it must be very flawed.
I wish I could bring myself to relax. I feel like I'm wasting precious time while I'm here.
Time spent being good to oneself is never wasted. Unless you overthink it overmuch. We are here. Seize the moment ere it passes. A shame we cannot cook indefinitely in those springs, but a brief dip is better than none at all. Returned from above. There's not much glory in confronting adversaries one-to-one. I myself invoke shades of the dead to alter the odds. Some may well favor you instead.
Perhaps if I brought with me a legion of animal familiars next time, Headmistress. Not that any beast would bear its fangs at you.
You jest, yet a familiar may be of considerable benefit given all that you have to do. A possibility to think upon once you are rid of me. Stand down. Do bring an animal familiar along next time, if but to keep things livelier for me. We have the means to keep them safe, even in scuffles such as these.
Faith of familiar spirits. They should work on Phrynos, or perhaps... What? Where? Father?
But Lord Hades,
You have your orders. Now return to Shadow. And take care of her. For all of us.
No harm shall come to young Malinois, my lord. In this, at least, I shall not fail you. Farewell.
Goodbye, daughter.
Welcome.
Lately, I dreamt of father once again, when Kronos came for him, and you took me to safety. Except this time, I saw more than before.
'Twas no mere dream, of course. What more did you learn whilst you lingered thus?
Kronos demanded father tell him how to locate the three fates. Kronos hates them, or feels threatened by them. He was searching for them all this time, and must have found them finally.
Blast! Hermes suspected that this was the case, but has been unable to prove it beyond doubt. For now, let us proceed as though the fates themselves oppose us. As though we've nobody to count on save ourselves. That's quite enough. You have grown physically quite strong. But spiritually, more is to be done. The altar of ashes. There is an incantation that may make your nightly meditations at it better spent.
The consecration of ashes. Thank you, Headmistress. Last night, Headmistress, I traversed a gate that led me to the depths of chaos, where I met its host. I've heard so much from you of Nyx, yet somehow I never expected to meet her mother and father.
An audience with primordial chaos? I didn't entirely expected that. Although, given Nyx herself has not been seen since Kronos took the House of Hades, I am unsurprised. There is no fury like that of a parent bereft of their child. Does chaos seem an ally to us, then?
I believe so.
Well, thank you, Nyx, for that. Fresh as rain. You have a raven friend with you. Birds seldom take to Erebus if they can even make their way. A spy, I thought at first, but no. Perhaps Selene sent him down to you.
This is Rocky, whom I found in a secluded glade nearby, all on his own. I know better than to trust inherently, though felt a strong connection to this one.
I likewise sense no ill intent from him. Our familiars may take on a variety of forms, no different from our friends or enemies. Let's see how well this one keeps up. That is enough. You've earned these spoils. May they strengthen your craft.
There.
You're back. Now tell me everything. You found your mark. What then?
I reached the edge of Tartarus and made my way into the house, just as we planned. Kronos was there, on my father's throne. We clashed. He lost. But I know he isn't gone, and I was unable to linger there for long.
I trust you made each moment count. We were never going to destroy the Titan with brute force alone, but soon enough, he may yet be undone entirely, provided you have more good tidings to report.
The mirror was intact, abandoned in the prince's chambers, and the incantation worked. I found my brother in the past and spoke to him, but had so little time. I barely managed to convince him as to who I am.
Then speak swiftly the next opportunity you get, and continue not to overstay lest the task end in failure. As for the Titan, study him, as I shall study what you found.
Yes, Headmistress.
Oh, by the way, something awaits you in the training grounds. You proved beyond a doubt that you're prepared.
Thank you, Headmistress.
You've a particular objective to achieve here, haven't you? Seen what must be done within the facets of the pitch-black stone.
A trial on top of a trial. This is one of the infinite possibilities that Chaos anticipated. I chose this path, but it was already there for me to find.
It's very much disquieting to know the choices that we make might all be preordained to some extent. Nevertheless, Knight's will is to be done. You wield Discura capably, and I can tell the bond you share is strong. Now, farewell. You've consistently ensured the safety of your familiars. Not that I had any doubt. We are here to protect such creatures more so than the other way around.
Familiars are family, Headmistress. Perhaps through this ordeal, my bond with mine shall come to be as strong as the one you share with yours.
Of that I have no doubt as well. I've discussed the matter with Hecate and Gali both, and they are willing to watch over you. If you ask nicely, of course.
What? Truly? But they're bound to you. Wait, who must I ask nicely? You or them?
I'd start with them.
I know it's a difficult time, Headmistress, but just in case, would you be interested in joining me for a brief while at the hot springs?
As much as I would enjoy basking in the springs, I've incantations to complete, wards to reinforce. No, I cannot. Not now.
Hail to you, Witch of the Crossroads.
Sister Selene.
It gladdens me to see you, Hecate. I have observed the stalemate upon Olympus holds, although the Titan Kronos musters forces in Ephyra still. Shall I continue monitoring them?
Yes, Selene, do. Blasted Ephyra is the closest exit out of here. Do you suppose they are prepared for a single assailant to weave through their ranks?
The Titan's forces are somewhat in disarray. Thus, no, I do not think they are sufficiently prepared for one of us. But I shall watch and make certain of it. For now, I must be off. Together we shine.
Farewell. Together we shine. Come forward. Sense the changes in the night, in you. Your strength has waned significantly. Chaos wishes to see the outcome of this particular arrangement, then?
Another trial, Headmistress. My magic may be weakened, but you taught me never to depend on it entirely.
Whether you took such lessons to heart, we shall imminently see. As Selene be our witness above, so shall chaos below. No further need to keep each other here, I suppose.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be fine. I know those woods out there like the back of my, leg, I do suppose. I'm always grateful for your hospitality, great Titaness.
And you are welcome here and safe, Arachne. Now, I must beg your pardon. The matters that unfold of late require more of my attention than I'd like.
I truly understand. Then I'll get out of your hair. Farewell for now.
Farewell in turn. That was quick. The greatest teacher is out there, and evidently taught you quite a bit. You're able to surpass me here consistently, but has this proved to be enough?
There's always more to be learned, Headmistress. You taught me that yourself. If you believe that I'm prepared, why hesitate?
Because your path toward mastery is yours alone. When you decide you are prepared for more, remember that the Oath of the Unseen is there for you. As am I. One further secret of the Oath of the Unseen I shall reveal now. When you feel suitably prepared, consider this. Then perhaps we shall clash under a new set of circumstances.
The secret to the vow of rivals. Testament enacted.
you're here.
I ought to have told you by now, but I found him, Headmistress. My father. Kronos has him locked in Tartarus like a common prisoner. He asked I leave him be.
Truly? How utterly predictable of Kronos to gloat in such a way. I regret that your reunion with Lord Hades thus transpired. Though I am gladdened you discovered him. How does he fare?
I really wouldn't know. He seemed sound of mind and body, and he knew me soon enough. Gave me what blessing he could still bestow. What can we do?
If he asked you leave him be, then 'tis evidence he wishes to remain unseen. Use full discretion and be brief should you encounter him again. And I shall see about ensuring Kronos remains ignorant of your newfound connection.
By your leave. I don't suppose I could persuade you to come join me at the taverna for a bottle of ambrosia, could I, Headmistress?
No, I don't suppose you can, not now. I shan't darken the mood there amongst the shades requiring respite.
They're missing out, I'm sure.
There you are. To the abyss of the subconscious I descend. Remember well those words, and those that follow, lest the thrill of battle cloud your memory.
To the abyss of the subconscious I descend. Night and darkness guide me to my blood beyond the grasp of time.
A potent prayer, although here it shall avail you not. Perhaps you soon shall have the opportunity to make the invocations in the proper place and time. You have grown strong, although we've an eternity to hone our craft. You found me. A frightful night, cold and dark and everything. You've spoken certain vows, and as the moon is our witness, I too have spoken mine. Now we may clash in earnest, finally.
In earnest? So you have been holding back against me. You said you'd push me to my limits and beyond.
Our limits grow along with us. I know mine well enough by now. Do you know yours? I am eager to find out for myself.
The dark side.
the time, you never could have stopped me had I used dark side against you thus.
She still held something back.
Those sands that you recovered from our enemy. There's something of his nature in each tiny grain, a key of sorts, to the dissolution of time. Do you concur?
I do. That very incantation sprang to mind. An expression of all you taught me of his weaknesses. A means to unravel his very being, to bring death to Kronos at last. He doesn't seem to realize it's possible. Still thinks I'm just an agent of Olympus.
'Tis merely evidence that our concerted efforts have not been in vain. You cross the underworld like a tempest, whilst I remain in shadows. But when the Titan's time at last comes to an end, I dearly wish to be there myself. To see the look on his face.
We'll get him, Headmistress.
At last.
I've vanquished Kronos. Everything you've trained me to do. Yet still you stand in my way. Still more to learn even now.
Now and always. That tinge of frustration you expressed, I would see you rid yourself of it in your attempts to rid yourself of me. Go on, Melinoe. The greatest teacher is out there. Sister Selene notified me it was Eris herself who barred you from gaining the heights of Olympus. She never should have got her hands on the rail of adamant again, that wretch.
Headmistress, is there truly nothing we can do? Your oath to Nyx means Eris can come and go here as she pleases, only to try and blast me to bits when I approach my goal.
One must carefully consider the terms of binding contracts, Melinoe. A mistake on my part you are paying for firsthand. And I apologize. Do bring her hell when next you meet.
Sounds good.
I do have a bit of a taste for this stuff, I suppose. I once traveled much more often, to places where 'tis easier to procure. Perhaps you sensed in me some wistfulness about that.
I've learned from you, Headmistress. So, this is just a small token of my gratitude. I'm unaccustomed to being on this side. I see Erebus, I think. Wait, Headmistress, is that you? Can you hear me?
In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message. Melinoe, if you can even hear me yonder, I bid you to return. We have matters to discuss.
I have to go now, everyone. Please, take care. And let the others know I'm sorry to have missed them. I'll return. Return to Shadow now.
The task unfolds. Your victory against Typhon. Have you there anything to show for it? Any sort of specimens or samples of his flesh?
I hope you like hideous eyes, Headmistress. Is there an incantation that you have in mind requiring such filth?
Perhaps. Hold on to all of that for now. But when the time is right, we shall turn all that monstrous power back against itself, and rid this world of that fiend for good.
Yes, Headmistress. The Cocytus teems with life there by the riverbank again, Headmistress. Would you please join me for a look?
Very well, why not? I suppose I could use a little walk, and we could use the fish. It was not very long ago that you never would have permitted yourself this type of excursion, nor had the mettle to request that I accompany you.
Headmistress, you're right. I could be hunting for our enemy this very moment, and you've so many responsibilities, yet I'm wasting your time. This was a mistake.
Hold, lest you frighten the river denizens. Only then should my time be wasted here, Melinoe. You mistook the meaning of my words. Your capacity to still your racing mind is not a detriment. It is a growing strength.
I'm surprised you see it that way. Sometimes I feel I'm losing my focus. Why else would I have brought us here?
Perhaps you reasoned that we each need occupy our minds with other matters for a little while. And we are failing at it by continuing to speak. Let us be still together and direct our focus on the waters there. I much prefer to use a spear myself. Be still. Got you.
I called a soul belly?
The river always provides, and let no such task ever be beneath us. Dressed all in spider silk. Whether 'tis wise to speak the vow of rivals is for you to decide, but I can see the wisdom in rescinding that one. I'd not wish to face me at my best either.
I may not be finished with that vow just yet, Headmistress. I wonder what else you're holding back, if you possess such power you suppress by will of night alone.
Do wonder, by all means. And should you require more of an advanced test of your aptitude, I shall be waiting. Well fought again, Melinoe. Proceed, and moonlight guide you.
The family portrait in my tent. I have been thinking on it more and more. I never asked you where you got it from.
It would be stranger if you did, for the answer ought to be obvious to you, though you would know the circumstances.
Yes, Headmistress, if you please. I know it was a time you would never wish to revisit, but it's important to me.
Of that I have no doubt. When Kronos stormed your father's house, I fled with but 3 things. Hypnos, because it was there. That family portrait, which pulled at my heart. And you.
Only the 3?
I had but an instant, and I am threefold.
This task, why does it fall solely to me, Headmistress? Because Nemesis,
She is a burden. Had I not sworn to Nyx that I would watch over her children, I'd have cast her out for insubordination long ago.
She's frustrated you haven't given her a chance. Her strength far surpasses mine, and she's trained at least as hard. I've seen it.
Why defend her thus, Melinoe? Her attitude speaks far louder than she. I shall entrust nothing of import to one such as that. Tis a wonder that your mountain relatives are still able to be of benefit to you whilst having Typhon at their gates. Do they have any sort of strategy to stop him, do you know?
They're working together to drive him back, along with the Titan's legions. But if they have a greater plan to put an end to the assault, they've not yet let on.
Let us assume, then, that they've no such plan. However, I'm beginning to think that the father of all monsters may yet figure into ours. Collect what samples that you can from him.
I shall, Headmistress.
Hermes indicated you were instrumental in releasing Typhon's grip on Mount Olympus recently. I trust that your embattled relatives contributed their share to that result?
I may be just a frontline diversion in stopping the monster's attacks, but it worked. Lord Zeus at least was able to remind Typhon about the power of his lightning bolt. The others had their hands full someplace else.
The gods must be grateful for such an effective frontline diversion. And Kronos must be grateful for the brief reprieve as well. But carry on as you see fit. This was all part of the Titan's plan, and shall likewise factor into ours.
My thoughts exactly.
I sensed your presence. Had your fill of Olympus for a while? The passing me here must be far less burdensome than having to gouge all of Typhon's eyes.
It's positively pleasant by comparison. But I'll get back to dealing with the father of all monsters soon enough.
Then gather what strength you can in the meantime. For now, the underworld awaits. But I yet hold the key. Your growing skill with Lim and Oros makes you something to be feared. Good. You brought the Titan low again. But what transpired after that? Was your bygone brother more cooperative than before?
He doesn't know where to find Kronos, though seems willing to investigate. Perhaps he'll turn something up. I still scarce believe it's truly his past self I've spoken to.
Imagine how he feels. Continue to check up on him, but not a word of this to anybody else. Time flows ever forward, and we are not meant to travel opposite that stream.
It shouldn't be possible.
We determine what is possible, Milinoe. Kronos must believe he has the upper hand now that Olympus has the father of all monsters bearing down on them night after night. But he has made a grave mistake.
Typhon cannot be controlled. If he no longer had Olympus to contend with, he would probably come after Kronos next. There must be some way we can redirect his rage.
If not his rage, the very nature of his being. I have always taught you that our craft is never to be used for destruction alone. But no rule is immutable. Let us use our enemy's strengths against them, to rid us of them all.
Disintegration of monstrosity.
Dissolution of time. Disintegration of monstrosity. Connected incantations, negating that which has already come to pass. And violently, terrible use of our craft.
But a necessary one. How did you discover such incantations? You practically know more of Kronos than he does himself.
When I learned of what Kronos had done to you and the rest, I refused to accept it, but I studied him nevertheless. Power always contains the secrets of its own undoing.
Even his and Typhon's.
Even his and Typhon's. Slowed Typhon down.
Headmistress, I saw Icarus up there during my voyage toward Olympus. He flies free, but fights for us still, doing what he can to disrupt the Titan's legions.
And? You need not make attempts to endear him to me. My judgment of one's character need not affect your own.
Sometimes I worry you think he abandoned us during a time of need, and wasn't a good influence on me.
You need not speculate about my thoughts. The follies of young Icarus are positively mild in comparison to most. I harbor no ill will toward him. He'd not be flying if I did.
Is he still welcome here at least?
If that is both your wish and his. That's a sight, you bearing down on me with that gigantic moonstone axe. Wasn't certain you'd prefer that one.
Zorafet is weightier than the other arms, but having an axe such as this in woods such as these has been convenient overall.
Well, much as I hate to inconvenience you, I must. Although that monstrous thing suggests this oughtn't take too long. You'll continue to grow, whilst I continue thusly testing you. Clad in Arachne's weavings once again. What's that you're brandishing? Oh, the nocturnal arms begin to show their myriad colors. Silver, you well know, is but one.
Each of the aspects of the arms of night represents a bearer from another time. I'm still learning the full extent of what they can do.
And I suspect you shall continue doing so. If nothing else, this ought to make things further interesting here for the both of us. Well, Ford, and may the fates be generous to you in your descent. We missed you here. You always reminded me of your father, Millenoi, but lately you remind me of your mother, more and more. Concern for others that you sometimes show. It can be an exploitable weakness.
I would never put any such concerns ahead of the task, Headmistress.
See that you don't. Although my remark was not intended as admonishment, it was my honor to have known your family. Even if merely from the shadows.
They'll be avenged.
You prevailed in your attempt, but our enemy is time itself, and it would seem that he is not prepared to abdicate his stolen throne as yet.
I often fought back feelings that this task would be impossible, but we're getting somewhere, aren't we?
Impossibility tends to be transient. Time would wear us down, but with patience, we can withstand him until our night arrives at last.
Patience, then.
You flushed Prometheus out from his hiding spot. Slipped from his chains somehow. Whether he is a pure idealist or merely in it for rebellion's sake, I've yet to ascertain.
His reasons for siding with Kronos seem plain enough. For one, he wants his vengeance on Lord Uncle Zeus and the rest. And for another, he's a Titan himself.
I am a Titaness as well, as his sister Selene, lest you forget. Our lineage need not dictate our loyalties or principles. Although perhaps Prometheus sees otherwise.
Is it true he can see all that is to come?
He's merely mad, perhaps. And in more ways than one. Each of the two great enemies we face, you have laid low, one after the other. Thus, we begin to take the upper hand.
I may be able to beat Kronos or Typhon in a fight, but at times I feel as though I've come no closer to stopping either of them. It's reassuring you think otherwise.
I more than think. You've demonstrated that you have the strength and knowledge to complete your task. As to whether you have the patience, that we shall have to see.
Patience, then.
Why, if it isn't little Garly scurrying about your feet? Ha! How the tables have turned. Her vengeance finally is nigh.
You jest, Headmistress, but I put poor Garly in a terrible position here to have to square against you. Can't she refuse to be a part of this?
She is to do your bidding when required. And besides, I do think she is going to enjoy this. I let you go all out. Same goes for her. Know only that I would not willingly confront the fury of Xynth for merely anyone, Millenoi.
Headmistress, I have a message from my father that he asked me to relay. He sends his deepest gratitude.
Lord Hades told you this. Whatever for? He rots in his own prison whilst the Titan ransacks his domain. My charge was to safeguard the realm, and I did not.
Father spoke of when he left me in your care, when Kronos struck. He must have feared the worst. Now he knows I'm well. All thanks to you.
No, Millenoi, all this is thanks to Kronos. Your father would do well to save his gratitude ere we settle certain scores. Though, speak not to him of this undignified response. I merely was taken aback.
Of course, I understand.
We heard about the Titan's latest misfortune by your hand. Is all else proceeding as intended by your estimation?
I think so. We just need to find a suitable weapon now, and then everything that's come to pass can be undone.
Perhaps not everything, but plenty. You know the rest by heart, and I'll not pry for further details. But should an unexpected setback come to pass, tell me at once.
I shall.
You brought some company along. An unassuming choice. Your amphibious friend does not appear to have capacity to sway the outcome here.
I never trust appearances entirely, Headmistress, and no, neither do you. This must be an exciting night for Threnos.
We are not here to entertain your woodland friends, Malinois. Pray they don't get underfoot. You passed this test again. Though how much farther you can go, we'll see.
Headmistress, Lord Zeus requested prompt reports, his words, from you about the situation in the underworld. He seemed a little frustrated, asked me to let you know.
And you're as dutiful as ever, aren't you? Exactly as Lord Zeus wants us to be. Think you he truly cherishes these underworld reports?
I hadn't considered that he might not. He seems the sort to want to know about all goings-on, especially ones dangerous to him.
Correct. He grows uneasy when the silence thickens. He'll get his prompt reports, though just remember, he already has a messenger. One more accomplishment. Much is expected of you. The pressure that you feel, you never speak of it, and yet full well I know it's there. Your constant companion.
I can hardly distinguish between pressure and faith anymore. My entire life has led to this, and all of you are counting on me. Are you truly so certain in my inevitable success, Headmistress?
Pressure and faith are intertwined, 'tis true. Ever in conflict. Should the pressure utterly prevail, out comes despair. Only then do we truly falter.
You didn't answer my question. The combined might of the gods was not enough to stop Kronos before. And you know the fates are unpredictable. My success is not a certainty.
My faith is not in outcomes, 'tis in you. I've enough of it to last. Should you find yours lacking, I shall always spare you some of mine.
Thank you for believing in me.
No need. Wearing the black of night. A chill swept through the air as you approach. It's seasonably cold. Though perhaps it is as Demeter desires. She aids you, does she not?
She does. She knew me for her granddaughter at once. Have you had opportunity to speak with her about me and all that's transpired?
No. Been a bit preoccupied. At least here, Demeter shall be able to cool her wrath against me for keeping you a secret for so long. May all your enemies beyond succumb to you as readily.
Entropy is the last reagent we require for the dissolution of time. But where am I supposed to find it? I found no trace as yet, even from Typhon.
Where are you supposed to create it is the correct question to be asking. A powerful enough force must be put entirely to rest. Do you catch my meaning?
I believe so. Back to the surface then.
Our enemy surely is beginning to wonder how you are able to thwart him. Do leave him in the dark. The less he knows of us, the better.
Kronos seems to think my family bond with him is why I'm able to resist. He hasn't made the connection that you're the one who's prepared me.
You have prepared yourself. 'Tis good that you are drawing his attention and his wrath whilst I remain unseen. Slowly undermine his strength. And through our efforts, buy your mountain relatives more time. I shall see you at the crossroads anon. I shall be catching there my breath. I sense that Demeter is with you once again. I suspected she would either be among the first to lend support or to refuse.
Could you not have told her about me, Headmistress? To have lost her daughter and grandchildren. I cannot imagine her sorrow.
It was a painful choice to leave her in the dark. she would have gone to war immediately. But our task requires patience, as you know. Our enemy's strength even exceeds my own. We're both titans, yes, Kronos and I, but he is my elder, as I am yours. What say you?
His age doesn't mean anything to me. The old are seldom wise, and often weak. And he did not study under you, headmistress. Only I have.
Just so. He is an arrogant old fool. The impression of wisdom comes with age more than the real thing. Remember that.
Headmistress, why is it that we have to keep this up? I've passed your test repeatedly. We're each needed elsewhere.
You may be strong, but not yet strong enough. And evidently quite impatient, too. Shall you attempt to talk Kronos out of a fight as well?
Of course not, but I could be halfway to the morning fields by now, if not for this.
Alas, that things don't always go our way. Go on now, vent the anger that you feel. We each have much of it to spare.
What can we do for the wretched souls wandering lost in Erebus, headmistress? An afterlife of lashing out in impotent rage.
We can achieve our task. The souls of Erebus ought to have been placed somewhere within your father's realm. But all that ceased once Kronos took the throne. Go, wrest it back from him. The foul deed is done. Have no pity for that monster, only gratitude for yielding his power in his absence. Now you are ready for the final phase.
Before I depart, my brother asked something I didn't know how to answer. If Kronos is destroyed before all this, what exactly happens to us here and now?
Let us discover the truth of it together. I am certain only that this is not goodbye. The conclusion of your task is at hand. Go. End this.
I'll see you again soon.
I've little taste for the traditions of the gods, you know. Lest you forget, I am a titaness. More in common with our old enemy, I dare say, than with the likes of Zeus and his ilk.
No matter your heritage, headmistress, you have been a sure and steady guardian of mine throughout my life. A bit of tradition helps express the gratitude I feel.
Tradition is all well and good, lest 'tis followed blindly. Senselessly, I should say, for the blind are often very much aware. But let me not belabor your kind gesture. I am grateful, truly.
Oh, hello, granddaughter.
No!
It seems the pathways into Erebus are not as well protected as they used to be. I take it this here's the individual who pitted you against me, is this not?
Headmistress! Headmistress, fight him! Fight! Fight back!
This headmistress of yours has considerable knowledge to have thus concealed you. But she is weary. Since that time caught up with her at last, she hears not a word you say.
Unhand her, wretch. Unhand her, or I'll tear you to pieces.
My own children tore me to pieces once before. Look where that got them. Whoever this is, perhaps she shall be more cooperative than you, although I'm not particularly optimistic, nor should you be. Good evening.
Come back!
Titan.
What?
Go on.
Prepare to suffer for all that you've done, wretch. Or shall I stay my hand merely because you made the mistake of loosening your hold on me?
This was no mistake. Nor shall I seek mercy from the likes of you, witch. Do with me as you must. I cannot.
Kronos. Headmistress. What happened? What's going on?
Well, anyway, where are we? One instant I discovered that our enemy invaded Erebus, and the next I know he's groveling about my feet. How is this possible? What have you done?
I did everything as planned. But Zagreus, I told him, I warned him. In his time, he was supposed to run the Titan through and end all this.
Zagreus spared me, took me in, and from that point, I led what came to be an altogether different life. Which I now realize was but a dream, a delusion. Yet still, you changed my course.
And you take me for a fool. You suddenly recall having this chat with Zagreus a while back, and now you're having all these second thoughts?
Second thoughts? Oh, far, far more. Here, in this house, you had delighted in a hiding game when you were very small. And you and Zagreus would fight, but out of love, not in the bitter way we fought. I did not realize there could have been this other past of mine. This better past.
A better past? But none of it occurred. Nothing changed. You should be gone, not flooded with false memories. I would never have grown up cheerily with you. I don't understand.
None of us understand ourselves entirely. Melinwe, this wretch is overcome and shan't be using his old tricks again. End him.
Yes. Finish what you set your mind to, Granddaughter. For I have no desire to exist in such a world with all of you like this. Not for one moment longer.
Silence. You'll exist in this world until I say otherwise. Now enough talk. Release our family from your hold.
Our family? Granddaughter, I shall not release them now. You shall. And I await their judgment and your own.
Father, mother, brother.
Father, what? Why have you brought me here? And the others? What is the meaning of all this?
Ask your daughter, Hades. Perhaps she can explain better than I. As for the Queen and Prince and all the rest, the Princess needs but to remind them who they are. Go on, then.
Stay where you are. Queen Persephone, Prince Zagreus, return to us.
Hades,
Mother.
Melinwe, you're all grown up. Oh, my heart.
Melinwe, it's you. You did it. Me, I nicely asked Grandfather to stand down after all, long before you were even born. Oh, my head.
They shall recover. Give them time. Now send me to the blasted void already. You, son, or that witch, or you, granddaughter, one of you. I'm weary of incessant bickering. You long for a world without me? It is yours.
Wait, no. Sister, don't. Don't you remember? Grandfather, he was there when you were growing up. Was it a dream? Couldn't have only been a dream. Just please give him a chance.
Zagreus, you need not advocate for me again. What we experienced was a possibility and nothing more. And you, Melinwe, to think I put you through all this. Take your vengeance.
I ought to take my vengeance on you both. Zagreus, I trusted you with our entire family's future. And no, I don't remember any of what you and this Titan claim. How convenient that only you seem to recall it.
How convenient. You cast your dream time witch magic on us. And if you still think destroying Grandfather will make this ridiculous family's problems go away, then no wonder your fancy spell didn't quite work out.
Enough! No fighting is permitted in this blasted house. Especially not between the two of you. Do you intend to wind up old and wretched and wrathful like him? Like me?
Lord Father, it was my wrath that brought me to this point. And how can you possibly compare yourself? Look what the Titan did to you.
We did this to each other. Gods and titans. Doomed to live forever, yet learn nothing all the while. Do as you must, but take no vengeance in my name.
I may yet take vengeance in my own name. But let us first make certain Kronos shall undo the harm he caused. All of it. Zagreus wants to give him a chance. I want him to give us back the time we were denied.
Then he shall have his chance. You hear that, Father? By the grace of the Princess of the Underworld, you have one chance to return what you took. Bring this house to order to start with. My eyes burn at the very sight of this place.
I cannot change what already occurred, Hades. I am an old titan, as you say. All I have ever known is how to move forward. But if you and my grandchildren would have it, I can make time for this house of yours. And everything.
Then be so kind as to get these chains off me so we can get to work.
And so the Princess of the Dead remained in the House of Hades with the Titan of Time and the rest, to aid in the recovery of however much was not forever lost. The rightful Underworld King and Queen were swift to organize this relatively painless task, and Shades of the Dead, still loyal to their cause, answered the call. They and the Titan picked up many pieces of the past. And soon, the house grew more like how it used to be. But then, a summons from Olympus arrived, and the princess knew her stay had reached its end.
Well, this is it.
You are as certain in this as is she, Witch of the Crossroads. It is no burden to you, then, to look after her and care for her as we would have had none of this occurred.
I am not her mother, my lord, no substitute for all that she has lost. Yet I once swore to you that no harm shall come to her, and that vow remains. And I shall always care for her, whether she resides with me or not.
And you, Milinoe, your mind is set. Though I am unsurprised, I nonetheless must ask, for your decision here is irreversible by laws much older than my own. To serve the unseen.
Is to serve in shadow. I know full well, Father, and do not make this decision lightly, but I can't leave the crossroads. Especially when my duty isn't yet complete, given what Kronos said about these other possibilities we face.
This new venture of his, such a toil for you. To have been instrumental in altering time as we know it, only to be charged with keeping it that way.
Oh, I don't mind. This matter is close to my heart. I suppose I'll either be a timekeeper or a time killer, depending on if Kronos continues to be on his best behavior.
It is as though he lived a different life up to this point. I still find it rather difficult to accept. Your Uncle Zeus shall have to judge for himself.
Lord Uncle has our full report. We'll see what he decides. All this is going to be an adjustment, isn't it? But I'll see you again soon, and Mother, and Cerberus, and Zagreus. Our responsibilities should mean our paths cross plenty often.
All part of what we now shall do. Cerberus has already taken to rampaging through the fields of his own accord, and your mother and I shall not be far. As for your brother, he always turns up.
I'll be counting on it. I'm glad you're back, Father.
Shadows conceal you.
If you are ready, little star, then let us go, lest we outstay our greetings and farewells. I am honored to have seen these halls, and to return to Shadow with you on this night in victory, not haste.
Come, Milinoe, for all the reasons that Selene says. We have a delivery that we must make besides.
Then let's be off. If only Artemis were here, this could have been a proper Silver Sisters reunion, couldn't it?
Then let us ride into the dark above. And do be careful to hold on as we depart.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, daughter.
So, is it working out thus far? This change of plan, as our tactician would say? Should you see even the slightest trace of the old Kronos, do notify me at once.
Grandfather appeared where and when we discussed. His claims about these remnant possibilities out of time appear to be accurate. Shall we continue?
We may as well see where it leads. Also, I wish to thank you for your concern for me before, and express my gratitude that you decided to remain with us. I was angry with your decision at first, but no longer.
It was not a difficult decision for me, Headmistress. It would have been harder had I realized it might anger you. I've been to both the Palace of Zeus and the House of Hades, and neither has a cauldron or soft earth beneath my feet.
I understand only too well, Melinoi. And I would have chosen the same, except I thought you would have been the wiser. Now you are stuck here. Another lost soul in the crossroads twixt heaven and hell.
But I'm not lost. I'm where I wish to be.
Truly. Were the heights of Olympus all that you imagined at the palace of Lord Zeus? If you're to overcome such hardships to reach that point, the view had best be worth the while.
The palace grounds were like nothing I've ever beheld. Though everything was so vivid, I scarce could see it all. I felt as though I didn't belong there.
That you do not. Well, as long as your mountain relatives showed you a bit of hospitality in the brief time you had.
They did, but I'm glad I'm back. I was thinking of putting these purifying salts to use, Headmistress. Call it a cleansing ritual. Would you accompany me?
A visit to the springs ought to rid us of unwanted thoughts for a while. Let us be cleansed together then.
Just right.
Let us regain our strength. We're like two nettles boiling in a cauldron, aren't we?
I remember bathing in this spring when I was very small. You would ask me never to splash your hair, and I would do it anyway. You were so tolerant of me.
Well, now at least you know the reason that your training was so rigorous. There came a point when even my vast tolerance for all your splashing finally wore thin.
Wait, you trained me to the height of my ability as a witch because I got your hair wet?
It was either that or transform you into a newt or something. Come off it, Melinoi. You are entirely too serious sometimes.
A lesson I've been unable to take to heart, Headmistress. I suppose it's been a while since we talked like this.
Yes, well, that's growing up for you. And present circumstances haven't helped either. This blasted hot spring got all covered up with moss and had been stagnant, I don't know how long. Being here again, it takes me back.
Do you think we'll be able to keep the moss from reclaiming this place again?
I'll watch the moss, you watch the splashing. Deal?
Deal.
Much better. Sometimes I think that hot spring could raise the dead. You made the vow again. Everything as it once was, yet nothing is the same. A feeling I know only too well. It seems we are to prolong your training for a while.
My training shall never be complete, isn't that right? Although it's odd to think that following my prior steps to Tartarus shall help maintain the proper course of time.
Whether we truly possess the capability to maintain time remains to be seen. But we can at least maintain ourselves. I shall return to Shadows hence. Trust that your eve is only beginning.
As long as it is not an imposition, Lady Hecate. I know you have far greater responsibilities than looking after yet another child of Nyx. Especially when Nyx herself is back.
When Melinoi first summoned you, I said that you could stay for now, and it continues to be now, does it not? You seem the sort to make yourself useful without getting underfoot. It is all that I require.
Then I shall do so to the best of my ability. Please notify me if you deem my performance unsatisfactory in any way.
Oh gods, you're just like her.
Like who?
The tactician brings ill tidings with an optimistic bent. Fine. And what news from the men of the Isles, if any yet survive?
According to my confidants, they've all sworn in with Kronos, I'm afraid. Mortals, they often want whatever they don't have. Another golden age in this case, the promise of one.
'Tis a lie that spares their betrayal rather than a promise. They shall perish then, by the wrath of the gods.
And then their wretched souls shall hound us with renewed vengefulness. I've witnessed endless wars before, madam. So have you gods. How can we stop this?
We cannot. Melinoi, however. Certainly you can, correct?
I can and shall.
Sister Selene aided you in getting here to me. But have you learned to harness her power?
On that account, I would prefer to demonstrate than speak. With your permission, of course, Headmistress.
Permission granted. Now, show me what the moon can do once in your grasp. You arrived with not so much as a single cut or scrape, and thus depart. Such strength and agility as can stop time. I thought I said you needn't curry favor with me thus. I shall take this bottle nonetheless, if but to penalize you for not offering it up instead to someone more deserving of your affection.
I can think of no one else I would rather have this than you, Headmistress. You've made me the goddess I am, and not a night goes by that I'm not grateful for it.
How often must I say I'm not your mother, Melinoi? You needn't lavish me with such unbridled praise. I raised you to destroy our common foe. You owe no gratitude to me.
You've often said what we intend and what we do are not the same. I know you're not my birth mother, so what? You've cared for me. That's more than enough.
I've used you, and I'm using you still. Can't you see that? I've attempted not to hide this fact from you, yet you turn it aside.
You have raised me in accordance with the promises you made to my father. He never asked you to coddle me, did he? Surely he wanted me to fend for myself.
And do you think you can? You remain under my auspices, take aid from Olympus. You're not as independent as I planned. And furthermore, I've inadvertently caused you to think I've made you better off.
I believe you have. I know no other way. It fills me with sorrow, knowing you feel undeserving of the love I have for you.
Set your sorrow well aside for now. I'll drink your nectar and enjoy it, if you please.
I would.
Your grandfather Kronos, like us not, awaits beyond this very threshold, where once he stalked that clearing as our bitter enemy. How has collaborating with him been?
Unusual, I'd say. He's proven instrumental in eliminating the remnants of his past self. It must be very strange to face oneself in such a way.
How very strange indeed. But if it works, I shall not question it too much. Perhaps we'll all learn more of the mysteries of time ere this is ended. We shall have to do this again some other eve. Hypnos certainly left in a hurry. It took you longer to wake him than I initially surmised, but 'twas for the best.
What, you knew this would happen? Why didn't you say anything for all the times I tried to break him out of his slumber? I thought you were ignoring him.
Oh, I was, after I saw that you had learned sufficiently. Your affinity toward dreams and the like proved necessary to the task, and Hypnos, in his way, was an accessory to that.
You brought him here for me to practice on.
He did require a place to stay.
Headmistress, I've a bottle of ambrosia here, and thought perhaps we could share it at the taverna, if you could step away with me a bit. I know it's an odd time.
Melinoi, I'm going to resist my impulse to tersely decline, so that I might remind myself as to whether the greatest of Olympian delicacies lives up to its reputation. Let's be off. I had not given this taverna any real thought. Such gathering places where one can be unguarded, dare I say, relaxed. A liability. We need our senses sharp.
But now that you're here, you've come to realize that having such a place where we and Shades can commingle has its benefits? And that I didn't overstep when I restored it?
Yes, I have, and no, you did not. The tension about these crossroads has grown too palpable for my liking, as this much nervous energy does our cause no good. But I digress. Discussion of our cause ought be off limits here.
Ah yes, more rules. Just what this taverna needs to ease the tensions of our small band of loyalists. I think you're onto something, Headmistress.
Oh, I see how it is. What, a sip or two of ambrosia and suddenly your inhibitions are all gone? A powerful effect. We ought to use it in the cauldron, if not here.
We're still talking about our cause and our craft. Why don't you tell me of a time when you were closer to my age, if you don't mind?
I mind. Though perhaps as we delve deeper into this bottle, I shall not mind as much. Shall we find out? To discovering the truth.
To discovering the truth.
Ignore my sullen turn back there, Millenoi. These evenings I am more concerned about the future than the past. I trust I did not overly affect the atmosphere.
Nonsense, Headmistress. We're grateful you could join us. Headmistress, there must be something we can do for Arachne. Her curse torments her. What use is our craft if we cannot ease a friend's suffering?
Arachne's fate is not yours to undo. It's a matter between her and Athena. I suggest you leave it well alone.
How did you know it was between her and Athena?
I do not care for your insinuations, Millenoi. You were preoccupied with that Arachne's curse. I know about it, yes. The remedy is no straightforward feat.
Nor is my task, yet here we are, night after night. If there's a way to aid my friend, I wish to know of it.
Athena is the one to persuade. So long as she wishes the curse to remain, it shall. That, and you must discover who created it.
Sounds straightforward enough.
May you show even greater wrath against the enemies awaiting you below. Insubordination, dereliction of duty, falsehood, intimidation, obstinance, simply setting a negative example for the Shades. Anything else, would you say?
Indulgence, callousness, negligence. Hecate, Headmistress, I accept your judgment, and I have no excuses for my deeds.
Well, thank the fates that you would spare me that, at least. Now then. Nyx returned, I ought petition her to take you back. Surely the House of Hades could use another hand.
Don't. You know as well as I, my place is here. But I'm retribution incarnate. I'm not here only to stand guard.
Clearly. Much retribution is to come, both above and below in these changing times. And you shall administer it in accordance with Knight's will. When and wheresoever you see fit.
Retribution whenever and wherever I see fit. You're letting me proceed. What have I done to deserve that?
Nemesis, you hold such answers, not I. Now go, and see to our collective charge that time flows freely forth.
Consider it done, Headmistress.
Would you care to split this bottle of ambrosia, Headmistress? We never truly celebrated the restoration of the Underworld's king and queen here.
Sipping the drink of your mountain relatives hardly seems suitable festivity. Oh, very well. You are correct that these Shades shall be expecting something. And so I bid you all salute your princess of the underworld, who never relented against the threat of time itself, and the father of all monsters, amongst many others.
Thank you, Headmistress. Everyone. I never could have done this without you, without these crossroads, the one place I could always return to in a moment of need.
You are welcome here and safe, Melinoi. And whilst we had utmost faith in you, nevertheless, what you accomplished was beyond imagining.
I did what you trained me to do. I'm grateful for your patience through all the many setbacks I had to overcome.
How else could we have stood against time itself if not through patience? I knew you would be a capable student. It is the only reason I pushed you as hard as I did.
So then what happens now to the unseen? Our shades each have an honorary place in Elysium waiting for them.
That may be if they decide to leave, but I suspect they're in no greater hurry to abandon this place than are you. There is always more we may accomplish here, and we stand to go farther together than alone.
Thank you all for standing by my side.
Well, it was not the most formal gathering, but my sense is that it was worthwhile. All these shades. They arrived here for lack of any place to go. Now it is a permanent home.
Not just a place to stop, a place to stay.
Zorafet. It is not the typical slim figure of the Moonstone Axe. Ah, the aspect of Charon. He has since taken up the simple orb.
So this is why Lord Charon has such definition in his arms. Do you suppose he used to row his boat with Zorafet?
Perhaps he did, or hewed off a few heads. If Nyx and the Three Fates entrusted the protection of the underworld to a certain few, they could have chosen worse.
Hecate, you have done all I could have asked and more. My wayward children here were safe within your care, and by the wisdom of your counsel, I am free.
You have always been generous, O Nyx. Above all, I am grateful you returned to us. What of your children? Are they heading back with you?
They are grown, and I have much to do. If it is their wish to remain within these crossroads, then I ask that you comply. I trust they have not been a burden.
Oh, no, of course not.
Then good. I cannot say when next I shall return. Farewell.
Farewell, O Nyx.
Why don't we head to the taverna once again? You honored me before, and I would dearly like to honor you.
Then consider me honored. I've no desire to be worshipped thus. The Shades can leave their offerings for the hounds.
Headmistress, you're the reason all of us are here. The Shades adore you, and wish to commemorate that this great task you devised is finally complete.
We achieved what needed to be done, and we commemorated it last we attended the taverna. Now, hand over that ambrosia, and I'll keep it for the next occasion.
It's yours.
Thanks for the suggestion, ma'am, but I'll be sticking around as long as I want. Last I checked, you can't do anything about that, right?
You are correct, Eris. I cannot stop you from going where you please. But I can make your life profoundly difficult in ways you cannot possibly begin to imagine. I refrain only for the vow I made to your mother.
You can't intimidate me. Nyx tried before, and look where that got her.
I'd not expected Lady Medea to be stationed in Ephira still, Headmistress. To think even a witch of her experience wasn't able to prevent the city's fall.
It was not her responsibility to try. Medea was there to blend with the locals. It seems she's even more successful at it now, with most of them deceased. I trust she aided you in her own way.
That she did, yes. I don't suppose you'd be willing to head to the fishing pier with me again? Good place to occupy our minds with other matters for a little while.
That it can be. Then very well. There is aught I wish to speak with you about besides. You truly believe I wish to rid myself of you? Either that, or you sought to wound me more deeply with your words than you're able to with the nocturnal arms.
I'm sorry, Headmistress. It's just... At the house, I realized I didn't just want my family back. I wanted you to be happy. But I felt like you were pushing me away.
My happiness is neither your responsibility, nor is it within your grasp. And 'tis I who ought to apologize for all that I put you through. Forgive me.
Never apologize when you are not at fault, you used to say. You were never easy on me, but also were never cruel. You taught me the difference among so many things.
Lack of cruelty is not the highest standard. At any rate, evidently I've taught you enough. I still shall challenge you in Erebus for sake of fitness and attunement, but in time, perhaps you shall refer to me not by title, but by name.
Not as Headmistress, but as Hecate. That shall take a while. To think I used to use your name so casually when I was little. Much comes full circle with time.
More than you know. Now, let us shift our focus to the river denizens, getting too close a listen for their own good. Out with you!
I got him over.
That was a pleasant enough outing, but speak not to me of happiness again. It is a foolish thing with which to be concerned. A byproduct of fulfillment, nothing more.
Of course. Thank you, Headmistress. Hecate.
You spoke the oath of the unseen, and would enact Knight's testament this eve. I sensed the growing fear. How much of it is yours?
A healthy fear, no more no less, Headmistress. I'm honored that you granted me the right to take the oath. Assuming it was your doing, rather than Commander Skelemia's.
Best not to speculate too much. 'Twas your own doing most of all. Then face me on this terror-stricken eve. You have made certain vows, and shall experience the consequence. At least let me get in a strike or two next time for the sake of pride, Millenary. That pitch-black stone in our training grounds. I've sensed it ever since your incantation. The subtle influence of chaos on this realm.
Our goals are intertwined. When I gaze upon the stone, I begin to see different paths and possibilities in every facet. Some leading closer to our victory.
Those paths and possibilities are real, like as not, as are the splendors that await should you indulge our primordial benefactor. There always is uncertainty where chaos is concerned. Yet I trust that Nyx's parent is an ally, not a threat.
I trust so too.
Selene indicates that you seemingly withstood the vow of rivals all the way to the end. She's not exactly prone to error, but such a claim I need to verify.
Then consider the claim verified. I almost expected some great feast or ceremony, considering all it took. Though I suppose that's not the way the Will of Night is done.
Nyx herself would say, seek to be valuable, not to be known. Selene and I at least know what you achieved. But if 'tis glory you desire, you were born in the wrong realm.
This was glory enough.
A little cat there by your side. I noticed her within our crossroads recently. Power must be great indeed to have persuaded her to follow you.
Tula did take some convincing, Headmistress. But she seems to appreciate my company. At least most of the time.
Moody creatures, cats. Born huntresses, but uncontrollable. I almost fear to see just what this little one can do. With hounds, at least I know exactly where I stand. concerning your companion Arachne and her curse, against my better judgment, I've done some searching and have knowledge of the one who fashioned the poison.
You have? Excellent. Thank you, Headmistress. Who did you learn was responsible?
That matter is solely between me and the spider. Utmost discretion is required in such matters. If you wish to be an intermediary still, then let her know to seek me here.
Yes, Headmistress. Hecate?
The black coat you now possess, surrounding you as though it was forged with you in mind. I feared that it was broken and beyond repair, but it was merely waiting.
Waiting for me. I've never wielded anything like it. Cassynth doesn't exactly listen to my thoughts, but heeds my every instinct.
Not your every instinct. The arms of night have a singular purpose, which they go about each in their own peculiar respect. You are to execute that purpose without fail. So, the arms of night have revealed to you some of their former selves, or future selves, perhaps? Few have earned the right to bear such weapons, much less take advantage of their different likenesses.
The various aspects I've discovered. Some of the bearers I know well. Medea, Artemis. They're all connected to you, aren't they?
It is not as simple as you may presume. You bear a set of artifacts whose aim is to safeguard the underworld. Each aspect is of somebody who played a part in this, or shall.
It seems I'm in good company.
Your aura is different, stronger. You have been studying the Arcana, meditating at your altar to prepare for your attempts.
Each card reveals to me a different strength. If I steady myself and concentrate, then it's as though I become one with whomever they depict. If only I could focus on them all.
To focus by its nature is to choose. Come, demonstrate to me this newfound understanding of yours. As elusive as a shade. I don't believe I struck you even once. The shades about this place are all abuzz in their support of you, you know. You have a gift for leaving an impression on them, and for compelling more of them to join with us.
They were just people once, or other living beings. All they ever needed was something to believe in death as well as life. And a way out of Erebus.
Well, they're sworn to you, that much is clear to me. I'd purge them all if I had any doubt. Perhaps they think they'll find a cushy spot within Elysium once all is said and done.
I think it's more than that.
Ignium. The umbral flames of Ignium at your command. You use them in your own way, not merely copy my technique.
You always said once I was ready to brandish the flames, that I would wield them with my intuition as my guide.
Just so. I always favored these old flames of mine. As to whether you and yours truly connect, we'll have to see. Impressive work to have evaded every strike. My own and that of my sisters as well. The altar in our training grounds is for your benefit, yet you would face me whilst ignoring the Arcana. An oversight or bit of cheekiness?
Merely a bit of deception with which to take you off your guard, Headmistress.
I think not. I'm fully on my guard and suggest you be on yours. The Arcana gave to you no benefit at all this evening. Still, you bested me. I know not whether to heap praise or reprimand you for being such a little show-off.
I've gotten stronger.
This can't be. Titaness, whatever do you mean? Because if you meant what you said, why, All those times you told me that I'm welcome here and safe. All lies then. Is that it?
Your anger's justified. It was my poison that Athena used whilst cursing you. The curse is hers, not mine. I have no desire that you knew any of this. Malinoe, however, swayed me against my instincts.
I don't know what to say. So this is your fault. Athena never could have done this to me without your help. You Titans and the gods, you're all alike. Good evening.
Arachne, be reasonable.
Headmistress, you cursed my friend. Poisoned her. You taught me never to be quick to judge, so help me understand.
Understand, then, that my allegiance forcibly is with the gods, not with arrogant mortals. You did not know the Arachne of old. She has been humbled in her current form.
Then she has learned her lesson. Please, help me change her back.
I told you 'tis a matter between her and Athena. For my part, I merely can express regret. To you, as well as her. Perhaps in time, Athena herself may thus be swayed.
But...
Olympus has emboldened you and made you strong. Yet 'tis a fleeting strength. One false step, and I could wipe it all away.
I'll take a fleeting strength over no strength at all. We take every advantage that avails itself.
Just so. Then come and show me how you would make use of such advantages. Cultivating all those many different types of greenery. We are in the realm of the dead, lest you forget, Malinoe. Yet here you tend your garden.
No better place to grow reagents above or below. But more than that, it's something small I can look forward to whenever I return. Helps keep me centered.
There's no need to explain. The earth obliges you. 'Tis wise to take advantage of good fortune such as that.
I merely borrow. Headmistress.
My point, Arachne, is I've no intention to deflect blame for what I've done. And although I cannot rescind my actions, know that your safety in these woods is guaranteed.
I do appreciate your candor in this, Titaness. However, if my safety now is your concern, you can begin by showing yourself out. With all due respect.
Very well. I shan't intrude upon your home again. Good evening.
I appreciate your candor with Arachne, Headmistress. You must have known full well that she would not forgive you.
Far easier to beg forgiveness than to dole it out. As you grow longer in years, you too shall have relationships that cannot be repaired. These crossroads flourish thanks to this renewal project of yours. You saw an opportunity to get it off the ground even now.
This is our home. It should be cared for, clean and beautiful. I recruited Dora to assist me so that the work wouldn't have to wait forever.
Dora? I've not once heard the invocation of her name and work in the same breath. Think that you persuaded that one to be of service.
She's pleased to help.
The Testament of Night requires my defeat specifically, is that not so? The Titan Lord can wait. The key to making the nocturnal arms more powerful stands right in front of you.
You know much more about the Oath of the Unseen than I, Headmistress. So why don't you tell me what it desires?
Oh, I just did. Perhaps when you come to be my age, you too shall find a new connection to the Oath. For now, come earn the nightmare that you seek. Have you been finding anything of use out there in your forays? No point returning empty-handed, though you may lack the necessary tools, I suppose.
Erebus still teems with hidden life. I'm finding all sorts of things we need out there. I'm very grateful for the purse. It never weighs me down.
A witch cannot afford to be encumbered. The blessings and such from your relatives may be fleeting, but whatever goes into that purse isn't going anywhere. Not till you use it, of course.
I found Circe the Enchantress on my route toward Olympus. Or likely, she found me. She hasn't changed a bit from what I recall. You have her keeping watch over the seas?
That I do. Selene takes to water like a cat, while Circe hails from the sea. Thus has it been a good arrangement for a while. I trust Circe's work retains its potency.
She's been great.
Each hidden aspect of the arms of night is in your grasp, at least the ones that have been set aside for you. What have you surmised about their bearers?
That they're all gods or goddesses of death or destruction. Some past, some future, others perhaps contemporaries, but of realms other than our own. But where?
Our realm is hidden, theirs may be as well. Besides, for as much of the world as you've seen, 'tis but a narrow swath. You have eternity to meet these other gods, or not.
I wanted to ask you something, Headmistress. All these reagents I've been gathering, taking from the Earth, from Mother Gaia, how can I make it up to her?
Well, you can start by not wallowing in senseless guilt. Think you that Gaia would reveal her abundances to you if she believed you would not put them to good use?
But you taught me never to take more than I need. Now I'm taking everything in sight.
And Gaia knows you'll need all that and more. Fear not, your plunder returns whence it came through your craft, if not your garden there. You look upon the oath of the unseen night after night, but do you understand as yet the lesson it imparts?
Fear manifests at night. Either we give in to that fear, or we become its cause.
Either give in to fear or become its cause. Your words, not mine, though I concur with them. Let us become that fear for one another once again. I recall when I myself first grasped the flames of Ignium. I must have been about your age. Now you are possessed of their power.
All it takes is a bit of light to cast a long shadow. Isn't that so, Headmistress? I'll do my best to wield the flames as you have taught.
In your own way, Melinoi. How fares the ever-sinking fleet of ships within the Rift of Thessaly? 'Tis a wonder Kronos gathered as many followers as he has, using such shoddily built craft.
The fleet shows no real sign of slowing down. Fortunately, the same sorcery that seems to be holding those ships together lets me transfer quickly from one to the next. Are all surface ships so odd-looking?
I certainly think not. These are merely emblematic of the Titan's false promises of a new age. They assault not just Olympus, but our sensibilities as well.
We'll fight them off.
It must be very difficult for you up there. My aim was to prepare you for the dangers of the underworld, not those Olympus ought be able to take care of on its own.
Every misstep on the surface is a harsher lesson even than below. I've become more used to it, but I'm constantly reminded I should not be able to set foot up there at all.
And yet you carry on. Notice how I do not even attempt to cure you of that stubbornness. It is probably your family's most pervasive trait. Well, if you wish to keep making things even harder on yourself, at least you know the way.
I like having options.
Decided to forego the oath for now. A wise move, like as not. Or evidence of some restraint and circumspection on your part, at least.
My path is treacherous enough as it is. Why make such vows as would reduce my chances of success?
It is through adversity that we grow strong. But to your point, you face adversity enough. The oath is there to guarantee you always shall. You have a flush about you I could see as you approached. No need to tell me of its source if you prefer to keep whomever it is to yourself.
Whomever it is, Headmistress. Could it not have been the product of a balmy night, or lingering effect of my return?
Unlikely. Look, Melinoe, I was much like you once. I've said to you before that feelings mustn't be ignored. Heed the ones that spur you on. They're good. Confront the rest.
Plenty of each.
Strength, knowledge, patience. You have exhibited the three repeatedly. Well done.
Thank you, Headmistress, though I continue learning from our every clash.
Good, because I've no intent to stand aside. Our craft is called a practice for a reason. Now, on your guard.
And, that's the end of my report this time, madam. Should you have any questions, please don't hesitate to summon me at any time.
I shan't, Odysseus. Although there is one further matter that I wanted to discuss with you, and rather quietly.
Certainly, madam.
The fire thief Prometheus insists on barring your path toward the mountain summit still. What nonsense has he filled your head with recently?
He seems to bear a deep sense of responsibility and guilt for mortal kind. I'm concerned he aims to spread dissension in our ranks. Some shades who serve our cause must harbor sympathies.
It sounds to me as though you are beginning to harbor such sympathies yourself. Do not be deceived by his lofty claims. He sided with our enemy and made that clear.
Yes, understood. Hecate.
It is a particularly quiet night. Observe the silence for a moment, ere we begin our little test of just how capable you have become.
It does seem unusually still, and the moon wanes. An ill-portented, mistress? Our shades should check up on your hounds.
No need. The hounds spend mostly for themselves. Like as not, they use this time to rest, as you'd be wise to do now and again. The woods have eyes and ears. Thus, I'm aware Arachne and Athena finally settled up their differences. To the extent they ever shall, I suppose.
Arachne always had her pride, but I think she may have found some sort of peace.
Would that it was so. With time, feelings of scorn embed themselves deep in the flesh, in the heart. They are not easily excised. Those two are stubborn enough to do it. How fares Medea on the surface lately, from your point of view? I'm having a grand old time by her account, and Sister Selene seems to think the same. Perhaps I should not be surprised.
Lady Medea does seem very much at home amid all the death and decay which fuels her research. She's always toiling at one curse or another. Is that a concern?
My concern is only for her well-being, and it sounds as though she's all right for now. So long as her research does not come back to haunt her anytime soon.
I'll be checking up on her.
In short, the reconstruction is proceeding, though not at a brisk pace, and the damage on the surface is contained. Wounds that shall slowly heal. We'll see what scars remain.
Sister Selene makes a similar assessment. Well then, what shall you do from here, Odysseus? You could visit the surface whilst the underworld remains in disrepair.
Oh, I may wander for a bit, madam, but by your leave, I'd like to keep the crossroads as my base of operations for the time. I reckon we've a good thing going here, don't we?
I dare say yes, we do. Each night I wonder which of your forms I shall confront. Have you considered why so many different aspects of the nocturnal arms are at your disposal?
The bearers of the arms safeguard the underworld, but I don't think they all could wield aspects other than their own. Perhaps something about my task requires it.
Or perhaps the arms have come to have affinity for you. Not unlike a close companion who entrusts you with a secret that is never to be shared. Do not betray their confidence.
Headmistress, have you always been so fond of beasts? It seems you would do anything for each other.
Beasts, saddled with such an uncharitable name. Beasts are far more trusting than most any mortal or immortal I have met.
They make it seem so simple, don't they? To fully trust.
One knows where she stands with beasts, whether she is loved by them or doomed to sate their hunger. Whether the gods were so dependable. You look unwell. Returning is difficult, I know. Tell me if you need anything.
I think I'm all right, thank you, Headmistress. How do you manage it when you're out of sorts?
Oh, I've a draft for every mood and more. Sorrow, pain, anxiety, lovesickness, dispassion, rage, fear, nausea, cowardice, all sensations one can rectify. Whether with mental fortitude or, failing that, a potent drink.
Perhaps some other time.
I must say, you've been putting our old cauldron to good use. I see and sense the changes in this place. Changes for all our betterment, not just your own.
A proper incantation's never to be used for selfish gain. Though, if I can help bring about positive change from which I benefit, isn't that selfish still?
Discard such doubts as that. You are not thinking solely of yourself, thus you are not thinking selfishly. I've not taught you to neglect your needs, have I?
Of course not.
Then good.
Also, I wanted to give thanks to you, madam, for taking me in and letting me return, and for entrusting anything to me. Most shades are not so fortunate.
Oh, do not grovel, Icarus, lest I cast you out. It's the crossroads, not Elysium. A shade's existence here may be comparatively difficult. You remain for long.
I appreciate having the work to do and being a part of this. Although sometimes just after taking off, I fear I won't be able to find my way back.
Discard that fear. Those with the need or who remain in our good graces always shall be welcome here and safe.
I'm grateful. And I'll be going. Cheers, madam.
Decided to take a break from all your recent outings to the surface, have you now?
There's much to be done, both above and below. You always say the greatest teacher is out there, but I always seem to find her here.
I taught you nothing of such flattery. One of Odysseus's tricks, perhaps. Let's see what others you have learned. The Skull of Raval is not a simple artifact to wield. I can see you two have come to grips. Do I detect an artifact from Moros? Something to bring doom swiftly to your foes by forestalling your own. Seems rather handy, though.
I'm certain Lord Moros means you no offense, but his keepsake is of benefit to me, and I'm to take every advantage that I can.
Correct. There's no wonder doom has come to stay with us for now. His presence lingers over every action that we take. You had an audience with the three Fates. Your incantation from so many nights ago must have taken effect. Hermes indicated they're in good spirits, but shall be continuing their leave. Well done drawing them out, nevertheless.
Thank you, Headmistress. I get the impression that they sought me more so than the other way around, but at least we know they're safe. They also mentioned you.
They did they? In what capacity?
They said you've... well, is there someplace more private where we can discuss this, do you think?
Let's to the springs. You've earned the rest. And we can sit and talk about what's on your mind, and theirs.
just right.
Ah, but that's not bad. So, what do the three weaving sisters know of me then, You were about to say.
They told me, I believe the phrase they used was you had pulled some strings. They didn't elaborate, but suggested I ask you about it.
Pulled strings. I know full well what they meant. But to this point, I was uncertain whether they did. Let me twist your question back. What do you suppose they implied?
I got the sense they felt that you had altered their designs somehow. Pulling strings, changing their weavings, and not in a small way either, but I merely guess.
You don't merely anything, Malinois. Well, if those three already know my past, you ought to know it too. And 'tis easier to explain, I suppose, if you look upon me as I am.
Headmistress, what? You're beautiful. But what is this? I don't understand. Some trick you're playing, or some glamour, or...
No. The trick is when the veil is on. Look upon me, and do not avert your eyes. I know those eyes better than you.
How is this possible? Who are you?
When I was a mere babe, I washed up on the bank of the Hecate with naught but moonlight to guide me. Selene looked out for me, informed me that the Titan Kronos took my family, and that I alone escaped. Thus, I trained.
You trained for the task. Death to Kronos. You attempted all of that before I did.
Before is not entirely correct. I was a capable student, but very raw. Vengeance was my headmistress. And one night I found the wretch, spewed every curse that I knew, and ascended into the abyss of his subconscious.
But I had you to teach me to descend to the abyss of the subconscious. You mean to say you figured it out entirely on your own? That's impossible.
Speaking from experience, I beg to differ. But at any rate, something did go awry. Time and nightmare fused, and I discovered I was someplace else. I sought the end of time, but had arrived somewhere closer to the beginning.
And then you lived for eons, waiting for the weavings of the fates and me for a second chance. Headmistress, Gods.
I dared not tamper with the Fates' designs more than was strictly needed. In this form, I ingratiated myself to your father and mother, became handmaiden to the Queen, in fact. Thus, when Kronos inevitably struck, they gave their newborn daughter not to the River Styx, but to me.
Then, you did everything in your power to prepare me, so that I might succeed where you failed.
Correct. 'Tis as I always told you, I am not your mother, Malinois. Neither did I have one myself. However, I had reason to be confident in your abilities. So, there you are. Oh, you must hate me for all this.
No. How can you even say that still, Headmistress? I love you, and you are my mother, whether you can admit it or not. And even if we're far too much alike.
I love you too, of course, Malinois, with all my heart and soul. Far more than I could ever love myself. And I am so sorry for all that you had to endure, for the family you never had.
But I have my family. I have you.
Neria's soul must know of this, I trust you understand. The three fates, fine, and we and no one else. Now then, shall we pretend that none of this transpired?
I'll be discreet, of course, but won't pretend.
Tell me something now, Malinois. have overcome in all of this? Kronos? Typhon?
I know what you insinuate, Headmistress. Hecate. I got in my own way more than any of my foes. Save for you, perhaps, but that's more or less the same thing.
The limits we impose upon ourselves inhibit what we can achieve. Overcoming those limits is extraordinarily difficult. But you have done it now. Again and again. How are you faring of late, Malinois? You cannot hide your troubles from me forever, so I bid you reveal them at will.
I'm just still thinking about our conversation at the Springs, that's all. I know we mustn't speak of it, but I understand now why you acted as you did while we were at the house.
Very well. Then spare me your sympathies. I'm fortunate beyond compare. Most of us do not get second chances to amend our failures.
I've had innumerable chances, night after night, attempting to achieve the same result.
You have not once failed, only suffered temporary setbacks on your path to victory.
Then the same could be said of you.
Perhaps. The pressure still is getting to you, even with the task essentially complete. It was my desire to see you shake that burden from your shoulders by now. Why does it remain?
Headmistress, each night I confront these remnants of old Kronos or Typhon. Such possibilities apparently are both real and innumerable, representing so many scenarios in which, for one reason or another, I failed.
Or merely have yet to succeed. I stand as living proof that you are not alone in what you aim to accomplish, Malinois.
What are you saying? That there are others like you, like me, attempting to achieve the same result?
I merely ask you to consider how the efforts you go to, the lengths you go to, may reverberate. The energy we put into this world comes back to us. Simply put, I am only here because you are.
But it's the other way around.
Is it?
The Book of Shadows. I wasn't always certain who the author was. I suspected it was you, the way it sometimes anticipated my own thoughts before they were fully formed.
You weren't entirely correct, though we're onto something as to why the author understood your thoughts so well. It's quite an old book. Do take care of it for me.
I swear I will.
Hermes informed me that Prometheus redoubled his attacks upon Olympus after he fended you aside. Have I not trained you how to withstand flames?
If only all he had was flames, but no, he has a vicious eagle pet and more. What of Olympus? What has he done?
He's kept the gods on their back foot, never fully committing his forces, avoiding fights he cannot win. Frustrating adversary, even if he shall not prevail.
Why not?
He's but one titan against a dozen or more gods.
You've had those flames for quite a while, haven't you, Hecate? Are they from your place of origin?
They lighted my way in my youth, and even still. Care for your possessions, and they may last you a good while.
I always wondered why none of the aspects of the nocturnal arms I'd discovered were yours.
Try not to dwell on it too much, lest it scatter your mind to no end. But yes, these flames and I do not truly belong. And for that very reason, I suspect the fates figured me out. This all has come to be a comfortable routine. Each night you return refreshed, tireless. But I, at least, ought to take a bit of rest.
I think we have things under control lately, so please do. Will you be going anywhere?
Not yet, but I may be less talkative, as is my tendency.
Be well, Hecate.
And you. The fear in the air. It is almost palpable tonight. You have made many vows this eve. Feeling so very bold, or merely curious to see what shall transpire?
A little of each, Headmistress. Perhaps I made a terrible mistake. It's fortunate the vows contained within the oath can be undone, unlike most vows.
All vows can be undone. But yes, the oath is oddly forgiving in this way. Its vows never strictly binding. Perhaps so that each evening may be interestingly different from the last. The goddess of the hunt decided that the best use of her talents presently is to regale us with song. As you can hear, I managed to resist my inclination to forbid any such thing.
I'm grateful that you did. I know Artemis sings to clear her mind and calm her nerves, but I think all the shades about this place appreciate it too.
It is not how I myself prefer to face adversity, though I am open to whichever techniques work.
Does anyone besides me ever happen on you in this glade? Perhaps some evening Artemis or someone may appear instead.
This clearing, rest assured, is ours alone. These woods are vast enough. Yet I see everyone who passes through, no matter how clandestine they may think they are. You wear one of those silken dresses, always with a vivid hue. I know whose handiwork they are. This one quite suits you, though it is unlikely to withstand the heat.
Just have to avoid it. Do you suppose we could take a brief break from all this and stop by the river over at the pier?
I do wish to see firsthand whether your skill at fishing has improved, yet unfortunately I have other matters that I must attend to now. Using the Argent Skull of Raval now, are we? You're becoming a most capable necromancer to have earned its trust.
Was this once a living creature's skull, Headmistress? Only to be infused with silver and enchanted as an instrument of night?
That is rather a personal question, considering all evidence at hand. Perhaps Raval herself shall reveal to you the answer in due course.
Good evening.
There you are. I cannot stay for long. Just long enough to put you to the test.
I got here as quickly as I could, Headmistress. And still you had to wait.
To wait is the practice of patience. Now, on to other practices, I think. You bear the wheel trinket I bestowed. I once used it to hone my craft. May it now help you do the same.
This wheel, a labyrinth with no beginning and no end. Pathways that circle back upon themselves, like Erebus.
Like life itself. 3 stages intertwined. Let us go through the stages now.
This grove is already regrown since last we clashed. For all the death in Erebus, life flourishes as well.
Death and life, the two are intricately intertwined. These woods shall easily survive our clashes here. What about you?
Perhaps some evening I shall reach this point so quickly that I'll slip by before you arrive, Headmistress.
I've no intent to permit any such possibility. Not even if you've the swiftness of Hermes speeding you on. Why don't we get to it, then? Look at that prim posture. We're in the presence of majestic Hecate herself. How fares my favorite hound?
She's very well, and a most capable companion to have at my side. Though I hate to have to strain her loyalties like this.
Come, you want to see what she shall do. Her loyalty is absolute. I permitted her to serve you as she serves me. Let's all now bare our fangs.
I didn't mean to keep you waiting long, Headmistress. Or do you always arrive at just the right instant?
A bit of solitude here hardly is a waste of time. I never merely wait. I more matters to attend to in these woods besides. First, we are alone. Nary the baying of a single hound is to be heard. Selene, high above, shall have to be sufficient for an audience. So much ado of late, both on Olympus and below. Yet I would have you cast all your worldly troubles aside whilst here.
My circumstances are what spur me on. Casting them aside shall be difficult, Headmistress.
I've no concern for difficult. We've time enough to gaze upon our navels at the crossroads. Here, we are adversaries, nothing more. If you lack confidence, then how are you to manifest your will? Be certain of your heart's desire. Through your achievements, our status as the unseen grows. And so long as we do not become the subject of too many tales, other than the frightful kind.
Our shades all seem to understand the need for continued discretion. They seem quite excited Nyx is back and watching over us.
They shall discover Night Incarnate is not easy to please.
Long arm of the unseen.
You're angry. Let it out. Anger's not to be suppressed nor misdirected. To be angry is to be alive. I had expected your arrival here the prior eve. It was not for me to cut short that attempt. However, I shan't hesitate to cut short this one. A properly imposing cauldron, that. Perhaps more suitable for certain specialities. Demonic invocations, curses, and the like. Do you intend to further specialize?
Not necessarily, Headmistress. I still have a lot of different ideas. Sometimes several on a given night. It's my dream to pursue mastery in all dimensions of our craft.
Your dream, you say? We each have our leanings, and yours perhaps shall manifest in time. But I do recognize the desire to avoid becoming limited, so practice as you will. Using this python cauldron, or whichever one.
A cauldron for every occasion.
Ever the dreamer. Your task may be an honor, but the wisest whom you know shall not envy you for it. I remain rather partial to our old cauldron. This one that you procured with all the stars. Your magic shan't just magically improve because of it.
We still retain the old cauldron, of course. Just say the word and I can change it back. As for this one, a new beginning can yield powerful results. Isn't that so?
Well, if this fancy bit of metalwork inspires you to greater acts, then 'tis worth its weight. I'll not ask you to change it back. And even if I did, heed your instincts, not mine.
I trust yours too. You must wear that veil so as not to betray your disappointment, Headmistress. All these failures, yet you still do not admonish me.
Oh, silence, Malinoe. For your setbacks, I've boundless patience, but for your petulance, I've none. You won't find a better catalyst for such inner turmoils, as I lack sympathy for them.
That's fine.
Hold. Set your respect for me aside whilst here. You must give no such quarter to our enemies.
But you are not my enemy, Headmistress. How am I to treat you as one?
How? Allow me to give you a demonstration, then. Dissolution of time. Disintegration of monstrosity. Connected incantations, negating that which has already come to pass. And violently, terrible use of our craft.
It is. You always said such power ought never to be used, save when no other possibility avails itself. Perhaps not even then. How did you discover such incantations? You practically know more of Kronos than he does himself.
When I learned of what Kronos had done to you and the rest, I refused to accept it, but I studied him nevertheless. Power always contains the secrets of its own undoing.
Even his and Typhon's.
Even his and Typhon's. How fares the task?
I've told my brother of what Kronos has done, but he expressed reluctance about having to destroy a member of our family. He even suggested Father may be partly to blame.
A complication. Your brother never was keen on taking direction, especially from your father. And now he's filling your own head with doubt. We have no recourse here, Malinois. Persuade him or all shall be for naught.
He also asked me what exactly happened between Kronos and my father, and I realized I didn't know. Does anyone? This war he's waged, it isn't merely over who should rule.
Their precise history is of no bearing to our present state. In war, one would be wise to not give undue credit to one's enemies. If you spend all your time so deep in thought, then you shall hesitate to act, and your moment shall pass. Question? Tell me, ere we clash again, has your brother come to understand yet the necessity of his participation in your task?
It's been a bit of a struggle. He's found a suitable weapon in our father's spear, but he hasn't granted me its essence yet.
Then tell him what he needs to hear, if that is what it takes to spur him on. I do not like having to count on him any more than you, but his cooperation is an absolute necessity.
I need more than his cooperation. I need his trust. I'm not going to deceive him, if that's what you suggest.
I suggest nothing. The task is yours, as are the methods you employ to achieve it. But achieve it.
I intend to. Zagreus and I finally reached an understanding. He knows what needs to be done. But I wanted to ask you something, Headmistress. With Kronos in the past, there's truly no other course but to destroy him.
Oh, blood and darkness. He's got to you, hasn't he? Your brother, at least, if not Kronos himself. Why are you asking me such things when you have come so close to the completion of your task, Malinois?
Well, for one, we're on the verge of destroying time itself. For all you've taught me, I've never fully understood the repercussions this would have.
We cannot know such repercussions ere they come to pass. Our charge, your charge, is to stop Kronos, whatever it takes. I trust you shall require no additional reminders.
None. My father's spear, Gygaros. It was there in the prince's chambers for me to find. Zagreus must have gotten access to it in his time, as I have now. One final step, then.
Not quite. We have one opportunity to use it against Kronos, and shall take every precaution to ensure it shall have the intended result.
Entropy is the last reagent we require for the dissolution of time, but where am I supposed to find it? I found no trace as yet, even from Typhon.
Where are you supposed to create it is the correct question to be asking. A powerful enough force must be put entirely to rest. Do you catch my meaning?
I believe so. First step, disintegration of monstrosity.
Titan.
What?
Prepare to suffer for all that you've done, wretch. Or shall I stay my hand merely because you made the mistake of loosening your hold on me?
All of these newfound thoughts within my mind. Was all of this your doing, witch? I have no memory of you, and yet... Who are you?
Kronos. Headmistress, wait! I think I can explain.
Malinois, where are we? One instant I discover that our enemy invaded Erebus, the next I know he's groveling about my feet. How is this possible? What have you done?
Headmistress, you don't remember, because you weren't there with me. But as for you, Kronos, who am I now to you?
You are my granddaughter, Melinui, whom I know both from this life and an altogether different one, which I now realize was but a dream, a delusion. So then, all I have left is this.
All that you see is what you wrought. As for this other life, how much of it do you recall?
Your youth here in this house with me. How you delighted in a hiding game when you were but a girl. How you and Zagreus would fight, but out of love. Not in the way we fought this very night. I did not realize there could have been this other past we shared. This better past.
A better past? Nonsense. None of it occurred. Nothing has changed. You should be gone, Titan. Not flooded with false memories.
All these memories that sprang to his mind, I remember them as well. A life I could have lived had the Titan never struck.
But I struck. Ever hated and shunned. Finish what you set your mind to, granddaughter. I have no desire to exist in such a world with all of you like this. Not for one moment longer.
Silence! Melinui, come to your senses. Whatever you did, this wretch is finished and shan't be using his old tricks again. End him.
Wait, please, let me prove this to you. Kronos. Grandfather, listen to me. Steady yourself. Use what power you yet have, and release our family from your hold.
Our family? They are bound as yet. I had them bound. For all this time. What have I done?
Father, mother, brother.
My family. Where are we? Is this my house? Father, what is the meaning of all this?
Oh, Hades. Perhaps the princess can explain. As for the queen and prince and all the rest, Melinui, they need but hear your voice. And I await their judgment and your own. Go on, then.
What are you waiting for?
Daughter, please.
This had better work. Queen Persephone, Prince Zagreus, return to us.
Hades,
Mother.
Melinui, you're all grown up. But then, of course you are. Oh, my heart.
Melinui, it's really you. You look just like your nightmare reflection did. So long ago, before the little you was even born. Did we succeed? Oh, I'm shaking.
They shall recover. Give them time. And give me death. Go on and send me to the blasted void already. You son or that witch, or you granddaughter, one of you. For I am weary of it all. You long for a world without me. It is yours.
Grandfather, no. How could you say that after all we've been through together? I swore you'd be under my protection and... Oh, gods. What happened to this place?
I took this place as what, Zagreus? And ruined it. You need not advocate for me again. You never knew my real self. Merely a possibility and nothing more. And you, Melinui. To think I put you through all this. Take your vengeance.
No. Our family's had enough for now. Who else recalls what happened? Memories as vivid as any you hold dear, but of a separate life we might have lived. Mother, do you remember?
I do. You were insatiably curious as a child, and sometimes too much even for me to handle, so Zagreus and Kronos, they often helped take care of you.
I too remember now. That father was with us, after Zagreus discovered him and took him in. Yet all the while, I have been a prisoner. His prisoner here in this time of ours.
Queen Persephone, Lord Hades, do not believe these falsehoods coursing through your minds. Even your son and daughter seem susceptible. You all have been manipulated by the Titan's spell.
Headmistress, that's not true. Don't you understand? The dissolution of time, this is how I manifested it. You always said the task was mine, as were the methods I employed. This was the path I chose.
Then you failed. Death to Kronos was the task, yet there he is. Malinois, what could possibly have compelled you to take such a course?
Your own teachings. To think for myself, not just do as I'm told. But if you still believe destroying Kronos will make our problems go away, then what are you waiting for?
I shall never forgive this Titan for what he has done. To this world, your family, you, or me.
Dear Hecate, my handmaiden, who said anything about forgiveness? I've never heard such pain in you. Last I recall in this life, just before Kronos struck, your task was to protect our daughter at all costs. And you did. You did.
In our moment of peril, you were the only one we could count on, esteemed Witch of the Crossroads. For that and more, you have our gratitude. For all eternity.
I did no more than was my charge, O King and Queen. And I remain as ever at your service. Well then, Malinois. What now?
What now? There is so much to be done. Bringing this house to order, for one thing. Mother, father, you've seen what was possible. Let us give Kronos one chance to make himself useful, starting with our restoration efforts. Would you grant me that?
Granted. We're not finished with you, Kronos. They say time heals all wounds. Prove it.
Granted, but only this one chance. By the grace of the Princess of the Underworld.
You would permit me such a chance? But I cannot change what already occurred. Cannot undo the unforgivable decisions I have made.
Your time itself. We're not demanding you move backward. We're demanding you move forward.
To move forward. That is all I have ever known. Then I shall make time. Both for this house and everything.
Then be so kind as to get these chains off me so we can get to work.
And so the Princess of the Dead remained in the House of Hades with the Titan of Time and the rest, to aid in the recovery of however much was not forever lost. The rightful Underworld King and Queen were swift to organize this relatively painless task, and Shades of the Dead, still loyal to their cause, answered the call. They and the Titan picked up many pieces of the past. And soon, the house grew more like how it used to be. But then, a summons from Olympus arrived, and the princess knew her stay had reached its end.
Well, this is it.
My beautiful daughter. We were just talking about you. How you were as a child. Both in this life and the other. Growing up is so difficult. And you had to do it twice.
Which makes me beyond fortunate. Hecate was the best caretaker I can imagine. And I'm so grateful to have experienced a life with you, Mother. Where there was so much warmth. And now you've met this other side of me.
And I shall eagerly await getting to know this other side of you even better. And, Hecate, you're certain it's no burden to you to continue looking after her, just in case?
I swore to you that no harm shall come to your daughter, O Queen, and that vow remains. And I shall always care for her, whether she resides with me or not.
Then it's settled. And, Malinois, for what it's worth, I likewise opted not to live at home when I was in my youth.
Please reconsider this, Malinois. You cannot be serious about returning to that dusty glade. Your rightful home is here. And you may be unable to return whilst you are with us due to laws much older than ours. To serve the unseen
is to serve in shadow. I know full well, Headmistress, and do not make this decision lightly, but I can't leave the crossroads, especially when we've so much left to do.
Working with Kronos on this new venture of his, you've been instrumental in altering time as we know it. So you're certainly the best fit to keep things that way.
Ensuring time keeps working in our favor seems like a good way to spend my own time. It should be interesting, and the matter is close to my heart. Perhaps I was born for this.
You were born for much more, but we'll do our share. Cerberus has already taken to prancing through the fields of his own accord, and your father and I shall not be far. As for your brother, well, he always turns up.
All this is going to be an adjustment, though, isn't it? Even if I'll see you all again soon.
An adjustment is putting it mildly. Now go make your rounds, and I'll see you off before you depart. I love you, baby girl.
I love you too, Mother.
Lest you be tempted otherwise, do keep the details of what transpired at the House of Hades closely guarded. Such as what you now recall. Rumors of your command over dreams and time may spread, but not the truth.
Because we achieved what should not have been possible. But all these memories I've gained, perhaps I can tell you more about them sometime at least, and others with whom I'm close.
Perhaps, eventually. Though for now, discretion's the priority by will of Night herself. You are saved some complicated explanations in so doing as well.
That's certainly true. Headmistress, I wanted to say, I'm sorry that you couldn't share in all those memories of the House of Hades, of how I might have grown up had Kronos chosen differently.
No need for consolation, but thank you. You experienced a course in which my intervention was unnecessary. It was for the best. I am gladdened you experienced such visions.
I just don't understand why you weren't there. It's odd to say, but I think I always felt your absence somehow. I never learned my craft. So much of what I hold dear.
But you have learned. As for that other possibility, it sounds as though the Titan proved unexpectedly useful around the house. Thus, I was not there because your mother never needed me.
But I did, and still do.
Perhaps.